It's the Year of Shame Challenge.
Hello and welcome to the Year of Shame podcast 2017. This is episode 8, I think. We're September. We are, what are we through now? 9 months? 3 more months to go. All looking good. I'm your host this month, Steve-O. And joining me is, as usual, Derek.
Hello. Yeah, 9 months in, 3/4 of the way down.
Oh, it's good. And that's it for this month. It's just the two Ronnies this time around.
The survivors.
The survivors. Yeah, everyone's sacked it off. No, unfortunately, Linton has work commitments this month. Yeah, he'll be joining us next month. I think he might be sending us an audio message later on.
Yeah.
And for those of you that haven't heard, Trevor, we broke him at EGX, didn't we?
Yeah.
He's a broken man. Little accident. Broken his shoulder. Hopefully, he'll be on next time.
Do you know what? I think he's extending this a bit so he can eye up all the pretty nurses in Ireland. That's what it is.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. He's just there in hospital, lying around, going, I need a bit more morphine. I'm a bit sweaty. Just wipe the sweat off my forehead.
You like my submarine captain's hat?
Yeah. But seriously, though, Trev, if you do get around to listening to this, wish you well. Hopefully you'll get better soon. And we're going to miss you this month, dude. But it was good seeing you last week.
Anyway. I know. Who's going to talk about Fallout 4?
No one, because no fucker's been playing.
That's not true. I've actually been playing I'll wake up for Trev.
So, yes, it might be a bit short this month. It might be a bit low on comedy accents.
Yes.
From Trevor. But we'll do our best to entertain you. So, first off, thoughts and feelings. I will look around the room. Who's going to go first? Derek.
Oh, that was me, yes.
Yes, thoughts and feelings for the month, dude.
Well, do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed this month because obviously we had EGX, we had the MLGX meetup, we had the show floor, which I went into on Thursday and Friday, and loved it because it's like 95% of the show floor was coming soon. It was great. It was like a big delight for me looking at all the stuff that wasn't tempting me because it's not coming out till next year.
Anything tickling your fancy from this year's show? I think I know what it might be.
We
talked about it a lot.
Tickled my fancy. Yeah, there was a couple of things tickled my fancy. Monster Hunter World is right up there, top of the list. Yeah, and that's a January release, so it'll be all done and dusted, and it'll be settled, and I'll quite happily be jumping in and slicing up some monsters and roasting some meat and all that other stuff that I love to do in Monster Hunter. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Anything else? How's the challenge going? I take it you seemed quite happy last week. You've not
it's
gone downhill.
It's going quite well. I mean, obviously, at this point in the stage, well, we're going to have to get that klaxon ready because, triple ready, because I have obviously.
I wonder why.
I have obviously now used both of my purchases, and I nobody can guess what it was I bought at the end of the day. But yeah, no, I'm extremely happy with the purchases. Destiny. But yeah, no, I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy with what I got, and like I say, we're now in the final furlong. We're in the last stretch. With 4 months to go, with a big game, with a lot of content, and I've still got so many games on my pile anyway that I'm trying to work through, that I'm sitting thinking, yeah, I can do this now. I've got no doubts in my mind I can make it right the way through to the end of the year. So
that sounds like a confident man there.
Yeah, definitely confident.
I think I'm pretty much the same as you. Enjoyed our time at EGX last month. It was, I was a bit worried going along to it because I thought, we're on Year of Shame. I'm going to see all these games and I'm just going to
want everything.
Want everything.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there was only the one game there that is getting released soon, and that was Rogue Trooper that we played. And I enjoyed that.
Do you know what? It's really good. It's coming out at a good price as well, so I hope it does well. Although I'll probably pick it up for half the price of its retail and get it for a tenner come January anyway. So
we got our bio chips, didn't we?
Oh yes, all three. Yeah.
Everyone's going to be going, what the fuck are they on about? But you're not 2000 AD nerds,
exactly. So well, some maybe if they are. Hello.
Yeah.
We got biochips.
Oh, I was like you. I really enjoyed Monster Hunter. I was using the hammer. It's my first Monster Hunter game since the original on PS2.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just something about that game that I can see me sinking hundreds and hundreds of hours into.
Welcome to the Monster Hunter Club. Yeah.
And I don't want to be sherped through. I would like to be taught how to play it.
Yes.
So we have a guide that's kind of, it's more there as a tutor than telling us what to actually do. So yeah, there's much love for it in the community, and yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm glad that's 2018.
Oh yeah.
In fact, that spurred me on for the challenge. It's just like, challenge is going really well. You know, obviously we had little blip this month, but I'm not fussed about all the games that have been and gone, like Horizon or User, Persona 5. I know now I've got something to look forward to. It's not so much the end of the challenge that I can buy games, it's that next year there are a lot of games coming out that I'm personally invested in, like Ace Combat 7, a new franchise, Monster Hunter, and get into. So yeah, looking forward to 2018.
Oh yes.
Not for buying games, just for sheer volume of good games coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Challenge is going well all round. Trev seemed buoyant last week when we saw him.
Yeah.
He was more like, what fucking challenge, I remember. And Linton seemed okay. We only saw him briefly. I think I was a wee bit too drunk at the party to really have a sensible conversation with him. Yeah. I remember talking childcare vouchers with him at some point.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's how drunk I was. But hey ho. So, that's it.
Yeah.
What's next? Is it what we've missed?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not doing it because I'm hosting, so it's over to you, dude.
Yeah, there's a few games that obviously have come out this past month. Looking through the list, there's not a huge amount that we personally would maybe have missed, but I can say there's a few there that, I can see some people getting a little bit agitated about. So, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, the DLC, was released.
That this month?
That was this month, September 15th. So I know that was Dishonored was a big franchise for Trev, so it's probably something he would have been.
He would have been all over that.
Yeah,
because it's a standalone expansion as well, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
I thought it was like a standalone,
like Freedom Cry from Assassin's Creed 4.
and infamous First Light as well. It's like one you could buy without having to have the main game. I don't know. I'll look that up.
Yeah, it's one for
apologies if I'm wrong.
Verification, or apologies. SteamWorld Dig 2. Now, I'm a big fan of SteamWorld Dig. Did love that first one. So that came out this month as well. I'm filtering here because there's not a lot. Knack 2. Hey, the sequel nobody asked for.
Did not everybody pick that up because it was free on it if you had a New Zealand account or something?
Free.
Well, it's free. It was free if you had a New Zealand account.
Yeah, they made a cock-up of the demo. And the demo automatically unlocked the full game. So, yeah, a bit of a cock-up.
All right.
You've also got Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, which has just come out, which I've heard doesn't actually contain all the DLC.
No, it doesn't.
It contains codes for all the DLC.
For the DLC.
So it would actually be cheaper just buying Fallout 4 or each individual DLC. It would still be cheaper than buying the Game of the Year edition. What a fucking backwards decision that was. I mean, the whole point of a Game of the Year edition is to have everything on the disc. That's the point.
I remember on the Game of the Year editions of the last 3 and New Vegas, didn't they have like the pre-order bonuses on there as well? So you got all like ones that you couldn't get buy as DLC.
Typically,
like the game exclusive pre-order DLC or whatever that you couldn't get anywhere else. That was included as well. So you basically got everything on this one. It's just like, there's a code, download it yourself.
Exactly.
Shit. That really is shit. Sorry, Bethesda, you've cocked up on that one.
Yeah. On go. So let's see, what else have we got here? Pro Evo Soccer. Well, do you know what? I used to be a fan, but it wouldn't have been enough to tempt me away from anything. Monster Hunter Stories. Do you know what? It is a DS game, a 3DS game. It looks quite cool, but I don't have a 3DS, so I would not be buying that. Metroid, Samus Returns, again, 3DS.
If I was seriously looking at that. Because I do like my Metroid game.
Oh yeah.
And also, it's one of those ones. It's 3DS, and you got away with it. I bought it, and you would never have known. But I've not done that. I've not been shifty like that. But have you seen the collector's edition for it?
Yes, that does look nice, doesn't it?
Gorgeous. Sold out within 20 minutes on the Nintendo store.
Does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest. There's a big following for that. So, yeah.
But I might look at that in the new year, actually. That might be a good travel game.
Very much so. So what else we got? Project Cars 2. Now, I quite liked the first one. It was damn good racing sim. And I did see it on the show floor at Eurogamer. And it looks really good. So, yeah, Project Cars 2 out on everything.
Is it everything? I thought it was a PS6.
No, this
Project Cars was a PlayStation exclusive.
No. Gran Turismo is the PlayStation exclusive. Forza is the Xbox exclusive. But Project Cars 2 is launched before either of them and is multi-plat. It works on everything. So, yeah, I think they positioned themselves well here this month.
Is it a simulatory racing game? It's not an arcade game.
No, it's a sim racing. It does look amazing, but I can't drive for toffee. So, yeah. If you can't bounce off the barriers, it ain't worth my time. Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. So that's out in the PS4 and the Vita. It's a very unusual little game. It's definitely up Trev's alley, I would say, that one.
I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about the game. Creepy bear?
Yeah, creepy little bear.
The only game I know with the creepy bear was that one that was on 360, Angry Ted. Remember it now.
Angry Ted. Oh, I remember that. That was shit.
I like the look of it. Teddy bear going around killing all of the cutesy teddy bears.
Yeah, no, Danganronpa is very Japanesey game.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like RPG storybook type game sort of thing. It's got quite a following.
Okay.
But apart from that, let's see. Senran Kagura, Peach Beach Splash on the PS4.
I was going to say that. It got an official Western release, didn't it?
I don't think anybody here would want that. Are we missing a 20-minute bit from Trev here? Should we just cut that in? Should we ask him to donate something? Just say, we'll give him a wee message, just say, Senran Kagura, Peach Beach Splash, and just let him rant for 20 minutes? Just make it feel like a normal episode.
What I'll do is, I'll go back into previous episodes and I'll just cut sound bites out from him and put them all together and it'll be like he's here. So I'm sure I could make something cogent out of all of that.
So, Trev, if you're listening, I know this was a hard month for you.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Don't need those blue pills this month. Dear. And Cuphead. Another game that I was really, really looking forward to. I got to see it at Eurogamer. Still looks amazing, but it also looks fucking hard as nails. It looks like a really hardcore platforming shooter. It looks like it could be quite tough, quite challenging.
I think when I watched it, it looked a wee bit kind of bullet storming, not as in the game, but it just looked like
Bullet Hell is the one you're...
Yeah, Bullet Hell, that's it. Yeah. Projectiles everywhere, but looked so nice.
Oh yeah, that whole 40s, 50s American cartoon vibe to it is just... I love the art style. Absolutely love it. So I think that's going on my list of pick up in the sale come next year, but it's definitely one I want to get because I've been looking forward to that game for a long time. Far too long.
Does sound good. Does look good. I don't know whether I'd be able to handle the sheer amount of crap that's going on screen. My thumbs wouldn't be able to cope with it, to be honest. But it does look good.
Yeah,
it does look good.
Yeah. And if you're that way inclined, FIFA 18 came out today. In fact, Cuphead and FIFA 18 came out today, alongside Gundam Versus, which is more my cup of tea, and Total War Warhammer 2. So they all came out today. Yeah, so some good games here. Did I forget anything that came out this month?
I don't know. I don't think anything else came out in September.
No big games or anything. Is there no major
nothing.
First-person shooters or anything? You know, RPG-style elements, lots of loot. No, I can't think of anything. Of course.
I think that's it. Let's move on.
Of course. Destiny 2. We've got to talk about it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The option to override detonation procedure has now expired.
3 out of the 4 of us have dropped on this.
Yes, we have. We know Linton dropped on it. It was his Joker this month. I think. Did I drop on it? No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
No, your wife dropped on it.
My
So
wife
there's
dropped
the
on it.
difference. Although she did ask you, "Do you want this game?" And you went, "Yes, please." So
Yes.
yeah.
Still a gift. Technically, it's still a gift.
Technicality. And I obviously was away when it actually launched, came back and saw just the sheer love fest that was the Facebook page, and many conversations that I had on Facebook at the time, and Messenger, and Facebook groups, and any other social media aspect was just pervading my life with Destiny 2. So I cracked and I bought it as my Joker. So, yes, 3 of us.
Oh, because you got Thingy was your gift, wasn't it? Yeah.
Ghost Recon was my
Ghost Recon was
my
your gift.
Yeah, because that was right on my birthday. So yeah, it's kind of unusual to see 3 of us, or 3 out of 4, crack on the same game. I don't think it's happened before.
I think we should leave talking about it until I'll progress, which is the next section.
Funnily enough, it's the next section. So should we move on to Hill Progress then?
We'll talk about. There was one other game this month that gave me the wobbles.
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah,
oh, of course.
Because you know how I
one that's
fuck
not
up
on any
Trevor.
of these lists because they didn't actually tell us about it until the day it actually came out.
Yes, Final Fantasy IX Digital Deluxe. Oh, dear Lord! If I hadn't been on this challenge, I would have dropped on that instantly, no question about it. And I'm gutted about it at the moment is there's a 20% PS Plus discount.
Yeah,
but even though it's still only 16 quid,
yeah,
which is a bargain, and it does look good what they've done to it. They've given it the polish of, they've given it the few extra bits that they did to the Final Fantasy VII one, like the God mode and the speed up, no random encounters. There's an exclusive theme and avatar set if that's your thing. It would have been mine, and also they've up-resed all the CGI and cleaned up all the in-game characters so that they look a lot nicer than they were on the PS1.
Yeah. That's not hard, let's be brutally honest. You could cover them in Tipex, they look better than what they did on the PS1.
But it does look nice.
It's
still got the odd...
and it does actually look really nice. I'm not 100% convinced about the new battle screen layout, if you know what I mean.
Well, I've not really seen that.
Yeah, no, you know how it has the attack, item, blah 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 blah. And you've got it, and you've got the little arrow beside it. Well, they've changed that, so it's like it's almost like a mobile platform UI that's on it. So it's like got the massive big touch buttons. That's what it looks like. So it did kind of scream, mobile port. But looking at the graphics and that, it's such a great game. It's one of my favourites. Definitely one of my favourites.
It's one of the few that I haven't played very much of. Honest, I played an hour or so of it the first time it was around. I have a copy of it upstairs, a mint edition copy up in my bedroom. The PS1, but so it's a good excuse for me to go through it. Yeah, I think that'll be the first game I play next year. Yeah,
good excuse to pick up, and I would say, even if you're not getting a 20% discount, come January it'll probably be in the sales, and you'll probably get it for a song anyway. So
16 quid's not a bad price for it, though.
No, for that game,
considering you try and get it on disc, and disc prices are usually 20 quid plus, like the Black Label.
Yeah.
PS1 games. So I'm a bit gutted. But Square Enix have done this 2 or 3 times, just announcing something and then dropping it straight away.
Do you know what? I love that. I do actually really appreciate that, because there's nothing worse than a hype train, especially when it falls short. So to do something like that and say, "Hey guys, look, we're releasing Final Fantasy IX," and then go, "Oh, excellent! When's it available?" No, I just love that. Love it. Yeah.
Check out the PS Store now, and it's right. Yeah. But anyway, no more. So that was my wobble this month.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I can understand that. But what can you do? You've got a game to satisfy your cravings right now, anyway, haven't you?
Yes. I suppose we'd better talk about our progress then.
Yeah.
So, Derek, what have you been playing a lot of this month?
Fallout 4.
I can't get. Really?
Yeah.
Actually,
I've been
someone
playing
other than
4.
Trevor's been playing Fallout 4.
I sunk not a huge amount. I've probably put about another 10 hours into it. Because I didn't really sink on the DLC. I had all the DLC, but I started Far Harbor.
That's quite a good one.
As soon as it launched. And that was back when it had that graphical glitch where the fog effect was slowing down the frame rate dramatically in the game. And I put it down and never went back to it for months and months and months. So when I picked it back up again and went to Far Harbor, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. I had no idea where I was, or what quests I'd completed, or what buildings I'd searched. I was sitting there going, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to go to one of the other DLCs. So I started Nuka-Cola. And I've gone in, I've done 4 out of the 5 zones. Yeah, I think the only one I have to do is the bottling plant. Yet, and get the power back on. So I've done a fair chunk of it, but I haven't gone back to it again, specifically because of one game. Which would be...
Knack 2.
You got Knack 2,
yeah.
No, it would be, obviously, Destiny 2. But I'll come on to that last, because that's the biggie. The other game I've been playing quite a bit of recently, especially on my commutes to EGX and back, and to work and back, is I've jumped back into Dragon Quest Builders. To try and tidy up the last few trophies. So most of the trophies you get normally just through completing set basic actions, kill 2,000 enemies, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then you have set trophies that you unlock through completing like sub-quests or challenges for each level. Some of them are like get your base to level 5 or complete that particular level within 30 game days. So I had a couple of those, and I polished off the first 2 zones, and got all 5. So I got the gold trophies for those 2. So I'm just left with the last 2, and I'll probably burn my way through that eventually. But I'm finding the love for Dragon Quest Builders again. It's such a great little game. It just captures that Dragon Quest essence, but has that whole building of that whole Minecraft ethos building, but with actual planning. So, I mean, with Minecraft, it's kind of open form. You have to be creative. But with Dragon Quest Builder, you don't have to be, because it gives you plans. And it says, here's the plan for a cantina. And you put the plan down, and then you literally just get the materials and build it to the spec that it gave you. And once it's built, it pops, and you get the plan back, and you can build another one if you want. So it's that nice little balance of RPG questing and chasing down enemies and taking on enemies, and it's kind of an action RPG. There's no really a lot of turn-based or rolls or stats to it, but that whole building your base up to fight off the enemies, and then they come at you in waves at certain points during the quest as well, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, just such a great little game to sit down just for an hour, sit on the bus and build away quite happily while I'm on my way to work. So yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot.
You have it on PS4 as well,
and Vita. Yeah.
Or just on the Vita?
No, I double dipped on that. Yeah,
you doubled it. Is it cross save
between
the two? No.
Yeah, it's literally completely separate games, which is something that get fed back to them a lot, saying that at least you could have done is make it cross bloody save. It's like make it the cross buy. I can understand why they wouldn't do that, because they want the revenue income, and it's a risky endeavour, because it's it's a bit like when they do a Warriors game. It's like you had the Dragon Quest Warriors. They didn't know how much of an uptake that would take from both sides of the divide, whether the Warriors fans would pick it up, whether the Dragon Quest fans would pick it up. And it's the same with Builders. They weren't sure of the reception they would get, especially in the UK. For that sort of game, so they kind of pitched both the Vita and the PS4 as 2 separate entities to try and, well, to be honest, to try and make as much money as possible.
But someone like yourself, you would have double dipped anyway.
Yeah.
Most people, if they know it's a cross-play thing, they would probably doubled it because they'll play it on the big screen and they might want to do things on the move.
Yeah.
Can't have been that hard to implement something because they would have been built on similar engines. Because it's the whole PlayStation, Sony architecture.
Engines, I would say.
And the save file won't, it wouldn't be holding lots of assets in there. It's just code to unlock assets at certain locations.
That's not necessary. Actually, I would argue that point because although you have your set levels, so you have your 4 quest areas that you go into and you can build up. You can build anywhere on these worlds. It's not like you've got a set location you can build. Each world has to be saved individually. So you could go into the middle of the wilds and build a fucking massive mansion if you want. It just won't count towards your base. But you can do it. You could mine the entire planet, the entire zone dry of all materials and completely hollow it out and make it look like a giant cock if you wanted to. If you're so inclined. So I think that there's probably quite a lot of information getting saved in that. Plus, you then have the what they call the Terra Incognita, which is basically your free roam area, which is all of the areas that you've unlocked, plus all of the schematics, all of the materials, all of the items you can craft, all the items you can create. All of that's unlocked for you in that area to make and build as you please. And then you can share that online with other people. So there is a lot to it. Is it enough to justify them billing it as 2 separate games? No, I wouldn't say so. I would love to have seen cross-save at a minimum on the game, but unfortunately, that's not how it went. So I bought both. It was dirt cheap. It was like 30 quid at release. So I mean, it was not as if I paid a lot of money for it. I mean,
that was last EGX, wasn't it? 2016.
Yeah, that was a surprise game for me at EGX last year because it was literally at the Sony Square Enix stand. They're like, "Oh, this game's coming out," and I was like, "Oh, that's quite enjoyable. That's a lot of fun." And me, me, Foxhounder, and D5120 all went, "Oh, that looks like a great game." Big Dragon Quest fans, when's it coming out? Oh, it's coming out next week, is it? That was our Final Fantasy IX of last year. It literally just dropped in our laps like a couple of weeks after EGX. So, yeah, I doubled out, spent 60 quid to get both versions.
Oh,
that's fine. Don't regret that purchase for a moment.
You're still playing it, so that sounds like a good purchase and money well spent.
Indeed. And apart from that, the only other game I've been playing is D2, but I think we'll leave that until... Have you got anything else
we'll chat about that together, I think. I've only played... I played 2 other games this month. I think we had a couple of sessions with Pete on Orcs Must Die earlier on, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
At the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that game. That's a nice little dip in, dip out co-op thing.
It's a lot of fun.
Every now and again.
Yeah, and it's not long. It's like 20 minutes, a match. So.
It's great. Really enjoy that. The only other game I've been playing is my Joker. It's Final Fantasy XII. Now I can't remember what point I'd got up to on the last podcast. I think I put about 40 or 50 odd hours in.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that figure's long in the past. I've put in well over 150 now. It's I have completed the main storyline.
Okay.
So the main quest line's done. I am now going through all the end game stuff, and most of my characters are up to around about level. Well, my top team are at level 75-ish.
Right.
My lower ones are around about 55 to 60.
Okay. Right, well, probably now's a good time to tell you a story of my experience with this game.
All right.
So have you tried to take the challenge of fighting, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically a giant fuck-off sandworm. It's like the ones out of Dune.
Not come across that
yet. It's probably one of the hardest enemies in the game. I say that because, well, it fucking was difficult. But I used to play it after I came home off shift, on night shift. And I would sit there and I'd play it a lot. And on one specific occasion, I was fighting this particular boss for nearly 5.5 hours. And I literally passed out. and I woke up with my controller rumbling at me with my last available character on the screen, just about to die, with the game screaming at me, change out your characters, change out your characters. So yeah, it's some of the bosses in that game, it puts like the Emerald and Sapphire and Ruby and Ultimate Weapon in Final Fantasy VII to shame, because they're absolute beasts. So yeah, I do.
Yes,
I'm
I do.
envious of you, because, like I said a couple of episodes ago, I'm envious of you experiencing this game
It's so
for the
good.
first time, because it just I have a lot of love for that title.
The only disappointment I had about it was, so far, is that the end boss was a piece of piss. It was just, I think, because I must have been over-leveled for it by a good 20 odd levels, and it was a piece of piss. But I'm really digging the whole Gambit system. Got that set up nicely on my top team now. There's like you use Ash, Bosch, and Pinello. So I've got Pinello's a red mage, black mage. Ash is my white mage, time mage, and Bosch is a lancer / bowbreaker. So he takes the tanking role, and it's just most of the time I can just set them off on automatic. Granted, that sounds boring. They're all going away on the gambits, but I'm also having to watch them in case anything out of the ordinary comes in, so I can stick in one of their other commands on the fly. I'm still
a
here,
perfect
yes.
example of that. So I was the same. I thought, oh, my guys have survived. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. You have to keep an eye on them.
That's So I've still got 2 of the Espers to get, but the last 2 Espers to get, and I'm probably about there was the whole hunting guild thing.
Oh yes.
I'm about 4 or 5 monsters into that out of 30, and I've not gone for any of the ultimate bosses. So yeah, I'll still be playing that for a while. So yeah, I've got my money's worth out of it. About £1 an hour so far.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
No, I really enjoyed it. I have to say, it was such a worthwhile purchase. But the only other thing is, I think, the same as you. Been playing a bit of Destiny 2 since it came out.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. You've completed the main storyline, haven't you? Now you're and going through all the shiz at the end.
Going through nightfalls, raids, that sort of thing now. So yeah.
How are you enjoying it?
Well, we haven't actually managed to start any of the raids yet, because we're still leveling up the raid team. But we're doing the nightfalls and running through, like world events and all that sort of stuff. Doing the challenges each week and all that sort of jazz. So, do you know what? I really enjoyed it. It's got a hell of a lot more story than the first one did. That's not saying much, to be honest. It's like Jack and the Ball
story.
has more story than the first Destiny. See Jack run. See Jack's ball. He's a big red ball. That's got more story in Destiny 1. So it didn't take much for them to top that, but I think they really, really nailed it quite nicely to have a nice, engaging storyline. Didn't go over the top. There wasn't a huge amount of depth, and there was still a lot left unanswered from both 1 and obviously a lot of stuff raised in 2 that didn't quite get answered. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with for the season passes stuff, the DLCs, and see what they push in with that, because they were trying that with Destiny 1 to push pad the story out with the DLC stuff.
Hope they do.
Yeah, so.
I hope they do. I was a little disappointed with Ball, to be honest. He went down too easily at the end. My liking. It was not a difficult end boss.
It wasn't
compared to the first one. Black Garden was quite difficult. It wasn't really bad, but you had to have your wits about you. Ball was just pushover.
Yeah.
But I really did like that Easter egg at the very end of the credits. Not spoiling it for everyone,
No,
but
don't.
if you're going through it, watch all the credits.
Yeah.
Watch all the credits. I've started the raid doing it with randoms from the clan.
That's right, yep.
Or just, not like anything you've tried on the other ones. It needs a lot of coordination. Imagine the whole what was it? Taking out Oryx.
Mm-hmm.
Oryx, not Oryx. Yes, Oryx. Yeah,
Crota's
Oryx.
daddy.
But you had to jump on the platforms and get certain things at exact moments to debuff and all this kind of. You're getting that all the way up into the end, fighting off Alice, and it's difficult, but I'm enjoying the whole. Once you get it right and it starts clicking, and it's what I love about first Destiny before I started having my roller coaster ride with it. I'm back, and I love it. Quickest turnaround in gaming history, I think, was.
Yeah, I was the same, because I kind of burned myself out on the first Destiny. I mean, I played a shit ton, as you know, before, but by the time we got to the final raid of Destiny 1...
Wrath of the Machine?
Yeah.
That Wrath of the Machine? I never got to see, I never did Rise of Iron.
By the time we got to that, I did the regular, and then we did the hard run on it, and then I went, I'm hanging up my guns. That's me. I'm done. Because it just wasn't engaging me anymore. It just didn't have that appeal, and that love for it had dwindled over like the space of like 6 months. Yeah, I kind of burned myself out a bit on it, and it kind of petered away. And although there was a lot of the people that I was playing with were still playing it up until like a couple of weeks before Destiny 2 came out, which, all respect to them, if that's the game they want to play, if they enjoy it that much, that's fine. It just wasn't for me. I wanted to get away from it and do other stuff. But when Destiny 2, like I say, when everyone started talking about it and my social media feeds just went crazy for it, I just bit the bullet and dove in. And I don't regret it for a minute. Absolutely loving the refinement that they've made to the new character classes, or to existing character classes. And I like the new modifications to some of the new character classes that they've put in, their subclasses they've put in. I'm really enjoying the Sentinel with the Titan. That's a lot of fun. You're Captain America
this time.
Yeah.
Are you rolling Titan this time? Because I thought you were traditionally a hunter.
Oh no, I've finished. I've leveled my hunter to like the 290 something. But I went back and I've started again with my Titan.
All right.
Just to play it through.
I'm not done
because
that
I
yet.
saw someone running about the Crucible, throwing shields at me and smashing the ground and shit and going all Captain America on me. And I thought, I've got to get my hands on some of that shit. It's a lot of fun. I do like it. The changes they made, it's subtle little things. Like the Striker subclass for the Titans now. It's like before, it was like one big ground pound, that's you, your Hulk smash, done. And now it's like smash, punch, elbow, smash, punch, elbow. Alright, that's me running at my super now. Oh, the team's dead, you mean? Oh dear, yeah. It's just those little tweaks that they made say, do you know what, that was a little bit overpowered for a single punch, but we'll make it a little bit less powerful, but we'll give you 8 of them instead. It's just, the nice little tweaks that they made to it. The Hunter, that double circle like dodge ability that was an optional ability in Destiny 1. It wasn't like on every class like it is in Destiny 2. But to say, well, do you know what? We'll reload your melee when you do that double dodge. Or we'll reload your clip of your gun when you do that dodge. Oh, we'll make you invisible when you do that dodge. It's just, there's so much versatility and it's just so much fun to play around with it. It gives it a new dynamic to each of the classes. I haven't seen what the Warlocks do. I think it's like some sort of pull they put on the ground that can do like, you don't need to reload, your teammates don't need to reload, or they heal dead fast and things like that. So
no, there's two. There's a healing rift and a power rift. So the healing rift increases your health and then overcharges you with a shield. And that's for any of your fire team that jump into it. It's not just yourself.
Right.
The power rift, I think, gives you a, not entirely sure how much, but it gives you a damage buff as well. The thing with that I like though is because I'm rolling with Stormcaller. There's a certain Stormcaller setup that either one of those you put down, if any of your teammates or yourself jump into this rift, comes up with a little that flies around with you and starts firing off at enemies. So you've got like this little sentinel running around with you, flying around with you as well. And you get that buffed for about 10 seconds. The thing is, when you get all say you're in a fight team, you get all three of you in here, you've got three of these Sentinels things going off as well, and yeah, it's really good for taking care of like low level ads while you concentrate on higher stuff. So if you're getting overwhelmed, pop that, overshield, little Sentinel, that's it. Brilliant. It's the Warlocks.
You're now making the case for me to go back and start a Warlock, just so I can experience some of that as well, because it's nice, it's refreshing compared to what they had in Destiny 1, to see these new abilities coming through, and for them to make these little tweaks and modifications to each of the classes to make them feel new. Even though it's the same classes that we had in Destiny 1, you still got... on Hunter, you still have your arc-based melee dance about all over the place and smash things. You're just using a bow staff instead of a dagger this time. Your gunslinger is still a guy that runs about with a flaming hand cannon. But now there's like modifications where you can fire 6 shots instead and stuff like that. And your bow, your Night Stalker, is still your atypical support class with like a bow that shoots tendrils that stuns and disorients enemies and drops huge amounts of orbs when they're killed, when they're tethered, and yeah, it's the exact same classes. They've just done enough tweaking on them to make them feel fresh and new, and I'm loving it. Yeah, can't say anything about it at this time. Maybe I'll have some negative impressions on it further down the line. We'll see how they go with their DLC and their patching and what they're going to do with it. So my opinion may change, but at the moment it's still so fresh and so new. I'm still loving it.
I don't really have much more to say about it, to be honest. It's just I'm in the same opinion as you.
Indeed.
Really enjoying it. Glad the missus got me it, and yeah, I now can't have Call of Duty in November.
Oh dear.
Oh well.
Yeah, get it in January.
Oh, that was what else I played. Oh, I completely forgot about it. I was on the COD beta.
Oh, so you were, yes.
I was on 2 betas in one weekend. There was Call of Duty World War II, which, yes, same old COD on PvP, all the old blah blah blah, team deathmatch, capture the flags. Not playing that. What I did like was the war mode on it, which was Call of Duty Bring. It was really, really good fun. No perky things going on like mortar strikes, all those kind of kill streaks. None of them. It's kind of an asymmetric battle. 6 on 6. One team's got to take one objective, then defenders get pushed back to take the next objective, blah, blah, blah. So that would be the only thing I'd really be playing it on multiplayer. So yeah, wait till the new year. And I was also on the Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Yeah.
As well.
I did see that playing at Eurogamer, and it looks pretty. It does look nice.
It looks pretty. I think it's for me.
No, exactly. It just doesn't appeal to me. Yeah. I mean, one thing I would probably say that has been revealed this month to me is that I will be buying a Switch in the new year. I think that's I think that's a foregone conclusion now that I will be picking up a Switch for New Year. In fact, the discussion was had today, in fact, over what I wanted for Christmas, and my response was a new gaming chair and a Switch.
Well, funnily enough, because I stayed on till the Monday morning, J-Dog, Jeremy, he introduced me to, he let me have a go on his Switch.
Ooh, nice.
And I was playing Pete on Mario Kart 2-player. Sorry, Pete, I kicked your ass on it. So good. It's just having that little split screen there. So
I was quite surprised.
Fed that back to the wife. And
yeah, I mean, I think we had this discussion, and it's like both Steve and I played. Well, the first game we played the moment we walked through the doors of EGX on the Thursday morning was we went straight to Rogue Trooper. That was a go-to, and it's advertised above saying playing now on or releasing on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And we're chatting away to the guys from Rebellion there. Big shout out to any of those guys that listen, which probably none, but doing a damn good job.
One day they will.
And we're chatting away to them, and we're like, oh, so he's showing off the Switch version. And he turns around and points directly behind us and goes, that's it there. And we're like, fuck off. We thought that was a phone or something. We thought that was just like a video playing. I hadn't seen the tech firsthand. So I thought the Switch was more tablet-esque. You know, like a 10-inch tab or a 9-inch tab or something like that. But to see it actually in the flesh, it's like a Galaxy Note 8. That's what it looks like, size-wise.
It's not a complaint.
The thinness of it was just unbelievable. How they can squeeze so much tech into such a tiny little machine, it blew my mind. Yeah. And then to see the guys actually show us it, you know, their own machines, like Kyle and that, talking about theirs and saying, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, that was quite a surprise to me.
I'm actually going to get the Wii out of the loft this weekend so the kids can play it. Introduce them to some gaming.
Remember to bring down Dinklebot as well while you're at it.
Dinklebot, yes, I've got to bring Dinklebot down.
Yeah, the Dinkle must be released.
I've got to get him charged up because he's been sat in his box for nearly 3 years. Yeah, he'll need charging. Hope he's still bloody work. That I paid.
He's still got a charge.
He'll be fine.
He's sitting here with me right now. My Dinklebot remains firmly on my shelf. Oh, and look at that. Still got charge, and I haven't probably haven't plugged them in.
Isn't bolted down. I'll keep an eye out for falling. Okay. You need to find some higher level gear and some pants. You're definitely going to need pants.
Gotta love a little bit of Peter Dinklage, yeah. So yeah, my Dinklebot still got a lot of charge in it. Funnily enough. Oh.
Right, I'll be getting mine out this weekend. My Dinklebot. That sounds so bad.
Release the Dinkle.
Hey kiddies. Yeah. Hey kiddies, I'm coming down the loft. I'm going to get out my Dinklebot. I hope social services don't listen to this. Fucking hell.
Oh dear. Oh, this episode's not called Dinklebot. I don't know what it's going to be called. Oh dear.
So that's about it.
Yeah.
I think, isn't it?
I think so.
Have you got anything else to say? I know it's a bit of a short one. I would have done community questions this month, but I thought with the two of us...
It just wouldn't do it justice, really, would it? Just the two of us. No, it's been kind of hectic. I mean, I know Ollie's been Ollie, and where is my episode? Where is it? But, you know, kind of life. I guess in a way.
It is. I think we've all been really busy, haven't we?
Yeah. No,
it's not an excuse.
It's
we
like
have all been really busy.
Between work and preparations for Eurogamer and for MLGX and everything else, gaming kind of took a bit of a back. I know it's all about gaming, but it kind of took a bit of a back seat. And obviously with Trev having his tumble. His little tumble.
His fall. His little fall.
Yeah, his little fall. And obviously with Linton, he's just getting himself back in the swing of working again with the baby getting to that certain stage now. So, yeah, it's been kind of a hard month for us to really get ourselves in the right frame of mind to do this, time-wise as well. Because it's like middle of August was our last one. And then it's just been like a prep run-up right till it's like the 23rd when we all went down to Birmingham, and it's just been mad. And so hopefully...
We were going to record then, but obviously
that was the plan.
Alcohol may have taken over.
Yeah, and it's like, shall we record Friday? Yeah, let's do that. And then by 4:30 on Friday, we're slurring.
Weren't we going to record today? Oh, I
Probably
don't remember.
Not a good idea.
Trev had his accident in the evening,
We were making excuses before that. Let's be brutally honest here. We were planning to record on the Friday night, and by 4 p.m. on Friday, we were so wellied we would not have been able to pick up a mic, let alone find our own asses. It's good that we can jump on and get this one recorded, although it's just the two of us. But hopefully regular scheduled programming shall be restored next month.
We will do next month.
Yeah, so I think maybe worthwhile recording maybe a week earlier, so maybe in 3 weeks' time, getting a recording done just to catch up with the other guys, and get ourselves back on a regular feed. I think
we'll do community questions next month. I promise. Yes, promise, people.
So it's going to be an editing nightmare for you then.
Yeah. Oh well, I need a little bit of a break 1 month. This will be nice and easy. So I think that's it for both of us. Domestics, if you are still listening, if you're following us along, you can catch us. You can send us an email, at, let's see, it's been such a long time, I've forgotten our email address, YoSChallenge5 at gmail.com. We also have a Twitter account at YoSChallenge5. If you're not on the Facebook group by now, I don't know how you would have even, well, you might have found this podcast. There is a Facebook group, YoS Challenge 5/2017, I think. No, so I don't remember it. If you want to get in touch with Derek, what's your Twitter?
I'm tweeting at...
Does he take a drink?
At a digital pariah.
At a digital pariah. There, you've heard it, folks. And I am at SteveOA76. I can never remember whether there's a hash in front of 76 or not.
No, I think it's just straight as is, yeah.
Damn them, whoever took the standard Steve OA. Damn them all. Mike.
Well, do you know who took the digital pariah? Because I'm digital_pariah on PSN. Me. I took it, and I forgot what the username and password was. So I couldn't
That's
unlock
exactly what I did with Steve OA on PSN. I had Steve OA on 360, which I'm still using now on my Xbox, and I had a PSP, and I signed up to get on the PSP store at the time. This was before the PS3 came out, so I was on the PSN store, so you had to sign up with a name and everything, and I used Steve OA then. And then I lost all the fucking details.
Yeah, I think
I used an email address I no longer have access to.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I think I actually used my work email address when I was still working for British Telecom, and that's 15 years ago now. Yeah, I haven't worked for them for that long, so I don't think they're going to be retaining my mailbox for me.
They won't release it to you anyway now you're not an employee.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Not much more to say. We will hopefully... No, we will. We will be recording next month. We'll be back on track, and hopefully, Mr. Trevor Phillips will be joining us again. And it's not that I don't want Linton here, but it's just we're trying to give Trevor all of our love for him to get better.
Yeah, sending good feelings. Sending good feelings,
and hopefully Linton will be back with us as
and
well.
Lots of alcohol. That's what you need.
Not to Linton, to Trev.
Trev. Yeah. Copious
Linton,
amount of vodka
and
and the whiskies. And I have to say now, Trev did say Scottish whiskey is actually pretty good. Which, considering on the first night he said, nah, it's no comparison on Irish whiskey, maybe it was my fault. I kept plying them with Scottish whiskey. So
it was nobody's fault. Nobody's fault other than his own. I'm not saying that. No, it was just one of the things. Everyone was a little bit inebriated. Yeah, get well soon, Trev. Hopefully you're listening, and we will hopefully have you on next month. I'm sure everyone else would love to hear your dulcet tones again.
Indeed.
And hopefully Linton will be back with us again as well. But until then, thank you for listening, folks. We'll catch you all online. See ya.
Bye.